Your car just hit 100,000 miles. Congratulations. That's a huge milestone. But here's the thing. While you're celebrating, your mechanic is thinking about something completely different. Because at 100K, cars start revealing hidden problems, and many mechanics take advantage of what you don't know. That's why today I'm exposing what mechanics actually do at 100,000 miles but rarely tell you. If you want to save thousands and keep your car running strong, watch closely. And before we start, a quick personal note: running gear specs takes countless hours of research, scripting, and editing. And I'm still balancing this with my college studies. Every single subscription helps me keep this channel alive and helps you avoid costly mistakes. So, if you'd like to support both me and your car, please hit that subscribe button. Now, let's break down the hidden truth about 100K mile maintenance. So, at 100,000 miles, one of the very first things a mechanic secretly checks is your timing belt. If it fails, your engine is, well, pretty much toast. Now, a lot of shops won't warn you unless you specifically ask, because timing belt replacements can get expensive. But honestly, replacing it early can save your engine from a $4,000 disaster. Most manuals, they say lifetime transmission fluid, but mechanics? They know that's just a myth. At 100,000 miles, they quietly check it because burnt fluid means slipping gears. Here's the secret. Change your transmission fluid before you actually feel any problems, or you could be looking at a $3,000 transmission rebuild. Mechanics usually inspect spark plugs at this milestone. Worn plugs can cause misfires, bad fuel economy, and even damage your catalytic converter. But here's the catch. Some shops won't mention it unless they're trying to upsell you. Always ask to see your plugs. They really do tell the real story. So here's something a lot of folks don't realize. Coolant doesn't last forever. Once you hit around 100,000 miles, it actually starts turning acidic, and that can silently corrode your radiator and water pump. Mechanics, they'll often flush it out without really explaining why, and then, well, they charge you extra for it. The truth? It's necessary, but honestly, you can do it yourself for just a fraction of the cost. Most drivers, they just think about brake pads when it comes to their brakes. But actually, mechanics are secretly checking your brake lines, rotors, and calipers at that 100,000 mile mark. Why? Well, it's because corrosion and heat damage start creeping in around then. Knowing this ahead of time can really save you from a dangerous brake failure. At 100,000 miles, things like bushings, shocks, and struts are usually worn out even if you haven't noticed. A mechanic knows this, but they won't always tell you unless, they're trying to sell you replacements. The truth is, you'll feel it eventually. Maybe as uneven tire wear or just a bouncy ride. Alright, let's talk about fuel system cleaning. Mechanics often run a hidden fuel system cleaner at this stage. It's a little trick they use to help reduce carbon buildup in injectors. But here's the thing, they rarely tell you because they mark up the cost. The good news? You can buy the same cleaner at an auto parts store for under 20 bucks. Now, moving on to the hidden battery test. At 100,000 miles, most batteries are nearing the end of their life. Mechanics test it quietly because, well, a dead battery means more service calls for them. The secret? Just ask for your battery's health report and replace it before you're stranded. Next up is the exhaust and emissions check. Shops know catalytic converters often fail around this mileage. A mechanic might inspect yours silently, waiting until it's too late to bring it up. Because then, it's a $1,000 plus replacement. Spotting problems early can really prevent that. So here's something a lot of folks don't realize. Modern cars actually run on software. Sometimes during a 100,000 mile service, your mechanic might update your car's computer without ever mentioning it. These updates can fix hidden bugs, improve your fuel economy, or even tweak how your transmission shifts. It's always a good idea to ask if your ECU got an update. At this mileage, it's pretty common to have small gasket leaks. Mechanics usually look for them, but honestly, they don't always mention these leaks right away. Why is that? Well, leaks tend to get worse over time, which can mean a bigger and more profitable job for the shop later on. If you catch it early though, you can get a much cheaper fix. Mechanics always check your tire tread and alignment at 100,000 miles, since wear really starts to speed up after this point. But, shops often wait until your tires are pretty much ruined before offering you a package deal. You can save yourself some money by rotating and aligning your tires early. Here's the truth. 100,000 miles is the golden opportunity for upsells. Mechanics know you're nervous about your car breaking down, so they suggest a laundry list of just-in-case repairs. Some are legit, many are not. The secret weapon? Ask them to show you worn parts in person. See, 100,000 miles isn't the end of your car, it's the beginning of the next chapter. But only if you know what mechanics really do at this milestone. By staying informed, you'll save thousands, avoid scams, and keep your car running like new. And if you found this breakdown helpful, please consider subscribing to Gear Specs. Every subscription doesn't just support this channel. It helps me continue paying my college fees while giving you practical, money-saving car advice every single week. And before you go, check out our next video, 11 simple tricks that double your car's lifespan. That one's packed with the secrets mechanics really don't